Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the arrival of the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and Secretary of the Department of Education, Honorable Sara Z. Duterte. We would like everyone to please remain at their seats as we make way for our beloved VP to her seat. Everybody please be seated. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear the opening remarks by the Vice Mayor of San Mariano, Isabela, and the VMLP National.
Ang tanging may pamamaan ako'y edukasyong Pilipino, tinuturong galing at talino para maabot ang pangarap mo. Ang tanging handog ko sa'yo'y edukasyong Pilipino, diskarteng mula sa puso, mamamangha ang mundo. Matatag na mga guro, matatag sa mga pagsubok, matatag na mga mag-aaral, matatag na talino'y umiiral. Hinaharap ang hirap, walang takot sumugod, humahanap ng solusyon, ipaglaban ang edukasyon. matapat ng pamamaraan, maunlad na kinabukasan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and Secretary of the Department of Education, Honorable Sara C. Duterte.
Thank you. Please take your seat. Mga kababayan, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum. Madayaw, mayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Unahin ko po muna ang aking mga pagpapasalamat. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa Vice Mayor's League of the Philippines, sa inyong suporta sa Mindanao, sa Butuan City, sa Agusan del Norte, dahil dito nyo po ginawa ang inyong convention. Maraming salamat po sa pagpili sa Mindanao. At ang pangalawang pagpapasalamat ko po sa inyong lahat ay personal sa akin, paulit-ulit po. Unang-una, ang pagpapasalamat ko sa tulong ninyo, sa kampanya ninyo, sa suporta ninyo at sa boto ninyo para sa akin nung nakaraang halalan noong taong 2022. Maraming salamat po mga kababayan. Ang pangatlong pagpapasalamat ay mula po sa aming pamilya, ang pamilya Duterte. Napakalaki po ng utang na loob namin sa inyong lahat, mga kababayan namin, sa pagkakataon na ibinibigay ninyo sa amin na makapaglingkod sa ating bayan. Dako kaayo ang amuang utang ang kabubuton kaninyong tanan, sa higayon nga gihatag ninyo kanamo nga makatrabaho para sa ato ang nasod. At sa 6 na taon na suporta ninyo sa administrasyon ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. At ang susunod na pasalamat ay galing pa rin po sa akin, personal pa rin po sa akin. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa patuloy ninyo na suporta sa aking trabaho sa opisina ng ikalawang Pangulo ng ating bansa at sa kagawaran ng edukasyon. Maraming salamat po sa suporta ninyo sa ating mga teaching and non-teaching personnel ng DepEd. At ang huling pagpapasalamat mula po kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Nagpapasalamat siya sa suporta ninyo sa kanyang pangarap, sa kanyang adikain na isang bagong Pilipinas para sa ating bayan. Maraming salamat. Papasalamat po ako sa pag-welcome ng atin pong Governor ng Province of Surigao del Sur, si Governor Alexander Pimentel, Gov-Ayek. Maraming salamat po. At syempre, ang pagpapasalamat ko din po paulit-ulit sa pagtanggap at pag-welcome sa akin dito sa Agusan del Norte ng ating pinakamamahal na Governor, Maria Angelica Rosdel Amante. Si Governor Amante po, ex-girlfriend ng tatay ko. Sa dami-dami po ng girlfriend ng tatay ko, hindi po ako nakakita pa simula nung naging sila ni Gov. Angel, na takot ang tatay ko sa girlfriend niya kay Governor Angel Amante lang. Naging sila po ng tatay ko noong siya ay nasa Congress. Nasa Congress yung father ko 1998 to 2001. Yun po yung presidency ni President Erap Estrada. At nagkataon kasi na nandoon din ako sa Manila. So nandoon lagi sa Manila yung tatay ko. Doon kami nakatira sa townhouse sa San Juan. Nandun din ako dahil yun din yung taon, 1999, ako lumipat ng Manila para mag-aral ng medicine. Tapos year 2000, lumipat ako na mag-aral ng law sa San Beda College. So, hindi ko kilala si Iyay, ang tawag ni PRD kay Governor Angel, si Iyay, ang nickname ni Governor Angel. Hindi ko po kilala si Governor Angel, pero naririnig ko lagi sa aking tatay kay President Duterte. Kasi lagi pag umuwi ang tatay ko, takot na takot, pinapatawag niya ako. Tapos sasabihin niya, naku, galit na naman si Iyay. Nasuko na po si Iyay sa ako aday. Tapos sasabihin ko, bakit? Sabi niya, basta. Sabi niya, basta pa may nagtanong sa'yo kung nasaan ako, sabihin mo, magkasama tayo lagi 24 hours. Ganyan po takot si President Duterte kay Governor Angel Amante. So, yun po yung, titigil na lang ako doon. Hanggang doon na lang yun. Hanggang doon na yun. Ang dala ko po na mensahe para sa inyo ngayong umaga na ito ay mensahe po galing sa Department of Education. Magpipresenta po ako ng pinaikli o condensed version ng the state of education sa ating bansa ngayon. The Philippines stands at a critical juncture in basic education. Reports from the World Bank, UNICEF, and other international bodies have highlighted a disturbing reality. Our nation is grappling with an alarming poverty rate, a challenge that requires urgent intervention and concerted action. We must acknowledge that the root causes of learning poverty are multifaceted. Historical underspending and limited resources have plagued the Department of Education, hindering the ability of the department to provide quality education for all. A recent study by the Philippine Institute for Development Studies shows that the Philippines allocates only 3.6% of its gross domestic product to education, trailing behind the regional standard of 4%. Further, per-student spending has seen a decline from 22,979 in 2017 to 19,943 in 2021, ranking the lowest globally, one of the lowest. Limitations in resources and lack of sufficient infrastructure have created challenges for program implementation and ultimately impact on the delivery of education services. These long-standing issues brought us to where we are today, a dismal picture of Philippine basic education. But of course, we are Filipinos. We will not be deterred. For as long as there are teachers who continue to inspire their students, for as long as there are teachers who are willing to serve our country, we will not falter as long as there are learners who fight for their dreams, for themselves, for their families, and for our country. DepEd will be resilient. with almost 1 million employees and more than 27 million learners, DepEd has more than enough reasons to stand firm at the face of challenges and uncertainties. Kinakailangan po na maging matatag. As our battle cry, we have launched the Matatag Agenda, a comprehensive roadmap aimed at solving our education woes. This agenda focuses on making the curriculum relevant to produce competent and job-ready citizens. Ito po yung failure ng dream natin for the K-12 program. It envisioned K-12 graduates who are ready to be employed by the labor market. However, hindi natin nakikita yon dahil hinahanap pa rin ngayon a minimum of second-year college para isa sa mga requirements sa mag-apply ng trabaho. Accelerating the delivery of basic education facilities and services, promoting learner well-being and inclusive education, and supporting teachers to teach better. We have started our journey towards quality education by revamping the curriculum. Isa ito sa mga nakita ng mga eksperto na problema ng basic education ng Pilipinas. Launched last year, the Matatag curriculum is now ready for its nationwide phased implementation by school year 2024 to 2025. Ibig sabihin po nito, phased implementation ay mauuna po ang grades 1, grades 4, and grades 7. Sa susunod na taon, susunod na ang grades 2, grade 5, at grade 8. At sunod-sunod na po yun. At while there is an ongoing review being conducted for the senior high school curriculum or grades 11 and 12, we appreciate your feedback from the Vice Mayor's League of the Philippines regarding your comments on the Matatag curriculum for grades 11 and 12 as we are undergoing review of the curriculum. To prepare the Filipino youth for the challenges of the future, we have partnered with Go Negosyo to instill entrepreneurial skills in our learners. This partnership aims to cultivate the innovative spirit of learners with the integration of entrepreneurship and agribusiness education in our curriculum. Additionally, we have introduced the Pampaaralang Taniman ng mga Agribida program in our schools to support our learners and school communities to expand their school gardens as livelihood opportunities. This is more than just simply learning how to plant. It is bringing food to the table and generating additional resources for our school needs. DepEd is also committed to championing the welfare of its learners and employees. Ang batang matatag ay batang malusog ang katawan at isipan. We are currently developing our mental health program and have established the Learners' Rights and Protection Office to protect our learners from all forms of abuses. We are also expanding our school-based feeding program to cover the whole school year, ensuring that health and education go hand in hand. In terms of teacher welfare, we are bringing our teachers back to the classrooms. DepEd has removed administrative tasks commonly passed on to teachers in order to allow them to focus on teaching. To improve their net take-home pay, we have given our teachers personal accident insurance coverage. We are also ordering the rationalization of teachers' workload and payments for teaching overload as well as overtime. Furthermore, we have engaged World Bank for a study on teachers' salaries. Our infrastructure goals include building more resilient schools and ensuring learners study in a decent, safe, and conducive environment. We are also committed to establishing more last-mile school classrooms, ensuring that even the remote communities have access to quality education. DepEd is also focused on improving learning resources. We are launching the DepEd Digital Education 2028 or DepEd DigiEd 2028 initiative to ensure our education is at par with the changing world. This project banners our commitment to adaptability and technological advancement as we aim to pursue full digitization and interconnectivity of all DepEd offices and schools nationwide. Dalawa po ang landas or path na sinusunod namin ngayon in terms of infrastructure. Yung pong makaluma o traditional na pamamaraan, yung gawa ng classroom, para sa lahat ng paaralan. Yung isa naman po ay yung paggawa ng ating online platform para sa digital education ng mga kabataan o wala ng classroom. Tinatawag natin na borderless classrooms. So traditional at makabago, yan po ang binibigyan natin ng prioridad sa ating school infrastructure sa ngayon. Our goal is evident, to create a nation where our youth can realize their dreams by possessing the wisdom and skills needed for the modern world. We want to mold generations of nation builders who embody Filipino values and promote peace. In this noble endeavor, your support is integral. We have always valued our partnerships with the local government units and the private sector. Through your help, we can provide better connectivity, build more classrooms, and provide our graduates employment and the opportunity to contribute to society. Ladies and gentlemen, vice mayors, education is everybody's business. Kung meron naman po kayong kakayahan na makapagsalita sa local school board ninyo, ang akin pong pakiusap, kung pwede, tutukan ninyo hindi ang paggawa ng mga classrooms, kundi yung school-based feeding program ng ating mga paaralan o yung pagsuporta sa ating school-based feeding program. Dahil po, kahit anong dami ng classrooms na ating gagawin, kung ang mga bata gutom, kung ang mga bata hindi sapat ang nutrisyon, kung ang mga bata ay pumapasok na wala silang kain, hindi din papasok sa kanila kung ano yung tinuturo sa paaralan. Napakahalaga po ng brain development ng mga bata. Nakakatulong po na sila ay merong sapat na nutrisyon para sa kanilang pag-aaral. By working together, we can overcome the barriers to basic education and create a better future for the Philippines. Together, we can change the educational landscape one Filipino learner at a time. Mga kababayan, patuloy po tayo maging matatag tungo sa pagtaguyod ng isang bansang makabata at mga batang makabansa. Ang lahat ng ginagawa natin ay para sa Diyos, sa bayan, at sa pamilyang Pilipino. Shukran.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and Secretary of the Department of